It's the Lynch and Taco Shows. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The highlights and, unfortunately, the lowlights that stood out this past week in the vast sea we call humanity.
It's 101.1. Couple big giveaways you might want to be aware of this morning. 9 o'clock, your first Rock the Bank keyword goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Then around 9:30, another flyaway.
That Rock the Bank, by the way, that's $1,000 you can win.
Yeah.
Then the flyaway would be to our Alter Ego Festival in Anaheim, California.
That'll go right around 9:30. Just keep it in the back of your head.
And we'll remind you when we get to them and tell you how to get entered in it, because we want as many JRR listeners just to kind of, rub it in the side of the other rock stations around the country.
Let's begin with the bad stack.
Don't tell them we said that. All right.
The 8th grader from Hialeah who stabbed his mother to death in front of the 14-day-old newborn that was in the crib right next to his sleeping mother. Not only did he stab her to death, he then reportedly took photos of her body and sent them to a friend over social media to tell him that he had killed her.
God.
8th grader. Bright future there.
He's got to get some mental health, man. Help. God.
The two parents who were arrested following the drowning death of the 3-year-old autistic child in Sanford.
Stoned out of their heads.
Yeah, they're too busy smoking weed and blitzed to keep track of their son.
Did you see the lady once she came out of her funk? Like when they showed her mugshots, she was so high. And then when you see the follow-up and she's in a jail uniform and you see, she looked like a totally different person. 100% different because reality hit her. That sucks. They lost their kid at the end of the day.
19-year-old Kyron Peterson, who carjacked the Uber driver in Winter Springs, dragged her out of the car after she tried to terminate a ride between him and his friend who were up to no good. He just carjacked her. Dirtbag. That's a lovely individual there, too. Mm-hmm. Dirtbag. Credit again to Jordan Vandersloot. This guy is as slimy as it gets.
Please don't describe what
everybody already knows.
Yeah.
Jordan Vandersloot fully admitted this week that he did indeed kill Natalie Holloway in Aruba many, many years ago. He's been the suspect all along.
And the method is disturbing. That's why I was saying, please don't. Oh, my God. You can search it if you don't already know. It's
the sicko at the Port Orange Walmart exposing himself on the air freshener aisle. The 23-year-old Nathaniel Poole.
Did he use the excuse that he was just trying to freshen things up, and that's why he had it out, like with air fresheners?
Not even going to dignify that with a response.
I mean, that would have been, I would have said.
Arrest made in the road rage shooting that killed that Altamont Springs man last weekend. 58-year-old Daniel Hamilton has been arrested after detective. Did you just rip one?
I darn it. Got busted. He's turning on the fart fan. Stand by. Sorry, I apologize.
I have we have deemed it the fart fan. It is positioned, it's a box fan. It's positioned directly behind me at my broadcast position, blowing across and over my shoulders towards Taco to push the warm front back at him.
It'd be the buy one, get one free wings.
You attribute it to something different every day. It's just, it's Groundhog Day.
Why don't we go to some good stories?
I got to throw Jeff Ashton in here, too. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Orange Osceola Circuit Judge Jeff Ashton and former prosecutor prosecuted Casey Anthony, these child molestation and abuse charges.
Yeah.
What's weird is this story it was all over the place last weekend, and it's kind of just disappeared.
I mean, he is a huge prosecutor.
No, he's a judge now.
I mean, well, see, he's in a very high place. That's unfortunate.
Couple of good items here before the Good News Network goes into full force.
Look at this. Good news. The kid in the wheelchair getting to play football. That's awesome. A little kid named Zeke. Sorry, that's showing on the TV right now.
Firefighters in Tennessee rescued a hunting dog named Charlie after he fell 40 feet down the shaft of a narrow cave. There was a bear in there as well.
Really?
Yeah, the dog ended up being down there for 3 days before the sleeping bear, decided to kind of move on to make it safe for rescuers to get down there and haul the pup back up to the surface.
Wow.
Charlie's going to be okay. He was hungry and dehydrated. Congratulations to the Tremontis, Mark and Victoria, on the opening of the Stella Tremonti Down Syndrome Clinic at the Advent Health for Children Hospital in Orlando.
I ran into those two at a concert the other night. Great to see them, and that is wonderful news.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Good News Network there.
We're checking in with the Good News Network. Welcome to it, everybody. Police officers used a metal pole to retrieve a couple's engagement ring after it fell down a sewage drain. They used a metal pole. Rescue. Not only saving people's lives, saving their marriages. Pow! Whoops, hold on, I hit an ad. Ad closed. Oh, yeah, we have to mention her again. We mentioned her earlier in the week in an idiotology story. The Oklahoma teen who won a Volkswagen Beetle after attending a stranger's funeral. Perfect winner was drawn, in quotes, quote, unquote. Then we have an artist that, creates iconic landscapes from food, then donates the food to the hungry. So he makes these really cool looking landscapes.
And then the homeless eat them.
And then, you have a river rock that's probably a potato. You know what? Some homeless dude's going to probably put butter and sour cream and a little cheese on that loaded potato now, and it's a loaded river rock. Pow! Whoa, that hurt. We got bees being saved in California up, and then listen to this. 5,000 years old. Wine. You know how they always like wine that's old, right? Well, they found sealed jars of wine from 5,000 years ago.
Who is they?
They were uncovered in an Egyptian queen's tomb.
Okay, all right. The Egyptians.
Drunk. Pow!
Lush.
No, but you know how wine, the older it gets, the more expensive it is. If you had a 5,000-year-old vintage that a queen owned at one point, wowzers. We have big congratulations, people, to a 72-year-old who graduated from college. His 99-year-old mom was cheering him on. She looks so cute. Pow! There's more California stuff. Carrots are not the only good thing for your eyes if you eat grapes. Eat grapes if you're getting older. So it's not only carrots, and eat grapes and it's good for your eyes.
Are you all enjoying this streamlined excellence?
Plus, if you ever lost your eyes, you could pop a grape in the socket. Pow! All right. After that visual, I think we're going to go. There is a young lady that has a fairy tale experience after she spotted a rare white deer. I don't know what the experience is. And then we got a cat farm. It's a big cat, like a cat sanctuary. Wouldn't you love to live next door to that?
Cat farm.
Yeah, look at all the cats. They're in like this big old thing. Think if that was your next door neighbors. All that meowing, and when they fight, and it sounds like a baby crying when they're in heat.
Always the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's like, you go, shut up, I just want to sleep. Pow! All right, we're exiting the Good News Network.
Lunch and Tacos commercial-free workday rock clock coming up at 8. Thank God.
WJRR is on your cell phone, TV, Alexa, Google Home, and more. Sorry it doesn't work with smart water, though. We've tried.
Tell Alexa to play WJRR on iHeartRadio.